Hi guys, I am in another reading slump. And a lot of it's to do with my health. Summer is not good for me. So I'm gonna just kind of talk about how I've been handling my slump, things that I've been trying to do, and things I've been so my biggest tip of getting through a slump, which I'm not out of my slump yet, I'm going to be very honest with you, is to read something that is a lot easier to digest. So I always go manga. So I've read Yona of the Dawn 7, 8, and 9 and Oron Host Club 1, Volume 1. And I have to say, like, it helped a little bit to just pick up these and get through them really fast. I find this is the problem that I find with reading, is that unless you're doing an audiobook, it feels like you have to pause your life to read a book. And it's not always a bad thing, but sometimes I feel like I want to do my other hobbies as well. So, like, I want to play Cyberpunk, which is my new video game obsession. Or, I wouldn't say obsession. I don't think I'm, like, that far into it to call it an obsession or my favorite game or anything. But I've been playing it. Or, like, I want to do my diamond art. Or I want to watch YouTube. And a lot of my other hobbies, like gaming, like, I've been, like, slowly getting through Final Fantasy 1, and that is on my Switch. So I can play that and listen to a YouTube video. I can watch YouTube and do my diamond art. Or I can watch a show and do, like, those things as well. As long as I don't have to, like, read the screen or anything like that. Now, I picked this up. Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. Which is the retelling of Twilight through Edward's point of view. Somebody please explain why this is 600 pages. Like, I've only read, I'm on page 46. I'm almost done with the chapter. I've only really read 50 pages of this book. And I'm just, like, sitting there, like, Twilight was 300, maybe 400 pages, if I remember right. I remember, like, I was in late middle school, so I think it was, like, late 7th grade, early 8th grade is when the Twilight books came out. And everybody was obsessed, so I decided to pick up the books. I flew through them. So, like, I picked up Twilight. I think I got through that in, like, 2 or 3 days, and then I was, like, I told my mom, like, I need New Moon. And then I read New Moon, and then I read Eclipse. And then we all had to wait for Breaking Dawn, like, together. It was, like, the one time I think I flew through a series that I wasn't reading with anybody. Like, I was just flying through it. And then I remember when Breaking Dawn came out, like, I think I slowly read the first spell apart. I got to Jacob's. I zoomed through that in, like, a day. And then I read the rest of it, like, at normal speed. So another thing about reading slumps is I always like to go to something. I don't like to reread, but maybe I'll go to something that I've already read before, like, I know the characters, but something new. So, like, this, like, I already know Edward and Bella's story. Like, I've seen the movies multiple times. I've only read the books once, but I've seen the movies multiple times. Like, I can tell you exactly what their story is. So, I usually like, when I'm in a reading slump, reading something like that I already know the characters. Or it's, like, something that I know the characters, and it's something that's a lot lighter. Even though Twilight has a whole bunch of problems, like, it's pretty light on everything. Now, if you want to critique it and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of serious issues, but I don't think about that when I'm like trying to get out of a slump. And then like I'll pick up a romantasy. Even though this has not been holding my attention as much as the first book did, I still like it. I still think the characters are a lot of fun. I'm still having a better time with this than I did with I keep wanting to say Diorama, that's the first book. Like Iron Flame, Fourth Wing. I'm definitely having a better time. This experience to me is more like how I had with Courts of Thorns and Roses in that series, where like I had a good time until I was not having a good time. Like that last book that I read for that series, I think it was like Court of Flames and Shadows, like has kind of deterred me from getting excited about the new 6th and 7th book, because it's not about my character anymore. So I'll probably read it. I'll probably get it from the library. To be honest, because I wasn't pleased with that other book, and I feel like I flew through that series too. I'm more excited about the last book of the Red Rising series, to be honest with you, which we haven't heard anything. And something I think also caused my reading slump was like my other book besides like what I got from the library is Game of Thrones, and it's the 4th book, and I don't want to take 3 years to finish this series. Like, I really do want to finish it sometime this year, but the 3rd book was so good. I think the third book was so good where I opened up this 4th one and it's just not hitting like the 3rd one did. Like, the 3rd one was, I think, the last book that the series was following the books. So I opened up the 4th book. It's not a character I know, and that just kind of put me off of it. And I know that sounds really bad because it's like, I think it's like, I've seen people online say it's like a new saga, like it's a new arc of the Game of Thrones books, but I'm like, but starting with a character I don't know, and I'm like, I pick up Game of Thrones books for certain reasons, and a lot of it's to do with certain characters and the way that certain characters like act and stuff. Like I'm always waiting for a scene with Cersei and another Lannister. I'm always waiting for a scene with Tyrion, Dany doing her stuff, and when you take all that out and you start this book with, oh, this brand new character, okay, cool, I get to now meet another brand new character that I will probably decide that I probably don't care about because I've already decided what characters I care about. And that's kind of the thing that kind of deters me away from this series is, like, if we're going to get a whole bunch of brand new characters, which I feel like we're going to, it's too much. And I think that's what is holding it back from getting finished is that. And it's putting me in a little bit of a slump because I'm like, I read these books for a reason, and the audiobooks are not good. Like, I bet you anything, if you listen to Game of Thrones, like, read it with your eyeballs and see if you have the same feelings. Like, I wish they would get at least 2 people. A male and a female narrator. Like, I'm not talking about a whole full cast reading of it, even though it's like we could. And I think it would be cool if they could get like all the old actors and actresses from the actual TV show to like do a full brand new re audiobooks of these books, because these books are amazing, but because you only have one, I swear he's probably this white old guy that's like 500 years old, and like he does scenes with of course he has like Sansa and Arya scenes, and I'm like, this just doesn't feel right in a way that I don't think it's supposed to feel right. Like, because these characters are so much younger. But that's like my thing is, because another thing that will get me out of a reading slump is good audiobooks. Like, I can get through an audiobook and Diamond Art, or I can get through an audiobook and play video games. If I'm grinding, you know, if I'm grinding like a certain area, I will listen to audiobooks like that. Like, I was listening to my audiobooks when I was playing Persona 3 and I was in Tartarus, like, trying to level up, because it's boring, but it's fun when you're like listening to an audiobook. Or I was listening to an audiobook when I was like, you know, going through Liza P and having to grind so you could get to a certain level so you could beat the boss. Like, so like some of that stuff helps, but I haven't found like an audiobook that like has really intrigued me either. I kind of blame that with trying to listen to Zodiac Academy, because Zodiac Academy doesn't always pique my interest like it should. Like, I wish Zodiac Academy was better than it is, but I'm like, it's what it is at the same time. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe. I am hoping to be back on my ball game soon here. I am going to probably be reviewing some of my manga. So you'll see that. I have a video of the pit coming out. So like and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.